7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see decreasing cloud cover throughout the day with an afternoon high around 88. Tonight, a chance of showers and storms late, otherwise mostly cleared with the low around 66. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance of showers and storms throughout the day, the high around 83. And meteorologist Kyle Cook for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Cheetos on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Soulful Casino in Havelock is a family-owned business, providing incredible food and service that'll have you craving more with every bite. Soulful Casino offers everything from pulled pork to fried chicken, catfish, ribs, and even quesadillas. You want sides? They've got them. From fries, green beans and baked beans, to collard greens, potato salad, and sweet dill corn. Stop by for lunch as they have specials Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2 p.m. That's Soulful Casino, located in Havelock, where every bite you take fills the soul.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from a program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown. 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker and one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got the host, as always, DeMornay Pierson-El, streaming in. If you guys want to join the show, feel free to join us on the FM airwaves. That was earlier tonight. So, again, we're on the FM airwaves. You can join us at 402-464-5685. As well, put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, Allo, Channel 961. All great ways to do so. But where I want to start off, DeMornay Pierson-El, is the Texas A&M baseball coach. We hinted at it yesterday, but I think we can finally go into the details when we got some audio quotes. And even if you've heard this once before already, it's shocking nonetheless that it's worth probably hearing again. So essentially, we're talking about the Texas A&M baseball coach essentially heading out to the rival school less than 24 hours after this statement when a reporter asked about the rumors circulating about his departure. Here's his initial response, and then we'll talk about his departure soon after.
Coach, with respect to the difficult outcome tonight, but with the rumors circulating today about a specific job opening, what do you have to say about your future in Aggieland?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you. But I left my family to be the coach at Texas A&M. I took the job at Texas A&M to never take another job again, and that hasn't changed in my mind. That's unfair to talk about something like that. That'd be like you asking Montgomery if he's going to sign the draft. But I understand you got to ask the question, but I gave up a big part of my life to come take this job, and I've poured every ounce of my soul in this job, and I've given this job every single ounce I can possibly give it. Write that.
Coach, thank you very much.
All right. So write that. And we have now, I think everybody's written it down. 24 hours later, Jim Schlossnagle, after essentially stating that Texas A&M, he's not looking at other jobs, leaving his family to come down to Texas A&M. 24 hours after that statement, he's like, nah, Texas. It's not actually the rival school after, really calling out the reporter and what was pretty unfair. I think that was a fair question to be asked considering everything that was circulating it. If you're really going to stay, great time to dispel those rumors, which he tried to do, but apparently those rumors had some legitimate merit to it because he did leave. Your thoughts on that? Wild press conference answer, considering it really was happening.
Did you see how he got to Texas A&M?
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, he literally copy and paste. Saying, I'm not going anywhere. He was at, was it TCU, I think?
Yeah, TCU for a long time. He was at TCU.
And said he wasn't going anywhere. That's where he wanted to be at and dipped. So it's a funny way that history repeats itself. They have a job to do. Sometimes you have to do things on your jobs that you don't like to do. Which I think it was a fair question. I think he's still mad and upset about him not, they did just lose a game. So he's probably, irritated and emotional. He was up in the game and they ended up losing it.
Yep.
So you just kind of, that was the straw that broke the camel's back on that one. I don't think it was an off question. I think, there's probably a better time to ask that question than right then and there. But, at the end of the day, you get breaks, you get leads, and everything like that. Journalists are going to ask. It is what it is. You opened yourself up to it, So, there was probably a better response that you could have said than necessarily, that at that, you could have shot it down. At that time, like my mind is focusing on these kids. I'm not worried about anything what you've heard, or you could have beat around the bush a little bit to shut it down, but get it off your back. But I mean, you straight up lied, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think he took the whole staff there, and if I'm not mistaken, like all of A&M's like better players or the guys that still have eligibility are in the transfer portal. So don't be surprised if they end up in Austin.
Yeah, I mean, apparently it was a pretty big shock to just about everybody, including the players. And yeah,
who has deeper pockets? Does Texas have deeper pockets than A&M, or does A&M have deeper pockets than Texas?
It's a great question, right? I mean, the Longhorn network is starting back up now that they're entering into the ACC, so maybe Texas is trying to get back in there. It feels like Texas A&M somehow still maybe has more with their alumni, but it can't be much. But yeah, just very interesting lead to the rival. And like, I don't know if there is a better time to ask the question because again, he wasn't there the next day. So that's the one day you're going to be able to ask it, because if it's true, he's not going to be there.
Exactly.
So, I think the reporter unfortunately kind of gets grilled for asking. It's a fair question.
It is.
Suck?
Yeah. Hey, he's not, like I said, he's not in the wrong for asking the question. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that, coach, if you knew what was up and what was going to take place and everything like that, you could have answered that question better than flat out lying. Like you said that you weren't going to do something and you did. So a kid coming in the next 2-3 years, all right, well, what if there's another job and you kind of say the same thing? I mean, you've done it twice before. So who's to say that, oh, you won't do it a third time? Like, no. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not anything too big. It's just, you could have answered that way better than flat out, lying.
Yeah, and it's just bizarre too, the move. Not only are you going to a rival, you are heading out from a team who you just got runner-up with. You definitely got a lot of talent there. The system is what you'd want it to be. If you like it, if your comments are true to
I'm pretty sure they would have upped you if it was a money thing, if it was a different thing. Is it he wants to get back closer to Dallas, maybe, because Dallas might be closer to Austin than College Station. Is it College Station? Yeah. There's two College Stations. I think of College Station, Penn State. So it's just like is one of them State's college, whichever one it is, it don't matter. But yeah. So I mean, you wonder exactly, what it was, because I mean, you have a successful team, you had things in place. You're in a place to where they pay you. They're gonna give you some money at A&M. So it is weird to leave unless it's just you were just doing that, biding your time until something else came, or you want to be the savior or whatever of bringing back Texas baseball.
Yeah, just bizarre. I thought we'd put it into it because it does feel like where I want to follow up with this. It feels like we're in an era of just I don't know what it is, but a lack of respect at the podium. Me and Chance of Brewington were talking about this last night. Noticed it more in the NBA, but did you happen to catch the introductory press conference of JJ Redick? F-bombs off the wazoo.
It's good and bad. I understand when marketing for a brand and kind of the professional thing, but at the end of the day, you getting a person who don't care. Like, he cares about the people that are, in the building, the one he's making the decisions and everything like that. So it's kind of a bittersweet type thing. But I mean, for sure you would like to be, more professional.
Yeah. Cause, he's not the only one. Budenholzer with the Nuggets, like after he dropped an F-bomb. It's just, I don't know what this is with just the interaction between the media and reporter, but it feels like everybody needs to do some PR training. Reporters on some of the questions. We talked about the Caitlin Clark.
That can be true. I understand, the reporter's job to get certain stories out or kind of ask certain things to get a reaction or something that you can dig upon and everything like that. But you have to understand, like, sometimes it might be not the best moment to ask that situation. People may be frustrated, irritated, and it may seem like that the athlete is attacking that person and everything like that, when it's like out of all times you could have out of the other things that you could have asked or pull somebody to a side or off the record, getting certain things answered or whatnot. I feel like the media kind of does it to themselves sometimes. It's definitely not all the athlete, but also, I mean, the media said be talking crazy. So what you expect? Like, don't think that athletes don't see it. We see it. You know what I mean? So don't just say, "Oh, you're not hiding behind a screen." Like we gonna see you every Tuesday at the press conference. So yeah, when I heard you say what you said, when I see you, I'm standing on what I need to stand on. I don't like you. I don't care to answer your question. I'm going to give you less and less information to help you do your job X, Y, and Z. So I'm not saying it's all the media fault, but they definitely have to kind of watch some of the things that they say or whatnot, because people going to respond. If somebody's talking terrible or bad about you, are you going to be okay with that? No.
Yeah, it's definitely a both sides thing, right? Because some of the questions, I mean, you can watch compilations on just awful questions from reporters, and they'll make you cringe and wince sometimes as the words will leave that reporter's mouth. But there's also other times where if you want to learn a master class on how to deal with bad media, if you do get a bad question, go listen to Joe Mazzulla press conferences for the Boston Celtics head coach. He is so good at shutting things down. He sees a narrative that's trying to be pushed, and he'll just he's like, we're talking about basketball, and that's where it ends. Masterclass, you start dropping F-bombs. That's when it's like, okay, now you're just feeding the media. When you do this is the game where it's buzz, giving somebody to talk about. It's going to be fuel to the fire later on down the line, because that's going to be brought up at some point in time. If he can't control the team, well, look how this is the person at his press conference that y'all hired from day one. He showed you, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be something to point out and use in a negative or a positive way at some point down the line. Yeah, it's tough. And just being in Los Angeles too. I mean, man, you got so many spotlights on you already, JJ Redick, and then you do again, very minor, but those things add up in LA differently than they add up in Milwaukee. You start doing
most definitely.
The narrative continues to build and build and build. Milwaukee, people just forget, unless you're in this Giannis era. But even then, it's the story in Milwaukee. Yes, they're focused on you, but it's not just globally. Everybody's looking at the Bucks.
I mean, you're with a face of a team that's a face of the league.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you say Boston, when you say the Lakers, those are powerhouses. Like, you got kids in other countries that just off the fact that they like Kobe just like the Lakers just because of that, or just like Magic, their parents grew up and everything like that. Those are our iconic, franchises. So there comes a lot more things that come with those jobs, and people will have you under a certain microscope, any and everything that you do. So I mean, that comes with the territory.
Yeah, absolutely. And since we're on the NBA anyways, we do got the NBA draft happening live right now. Is it a bad draft? That's what people are saying. We never really know. Wait 5 years, then we'll actually get some answers here. You look at the Lonzo Ball draft, for instance, that one, the great players in that one, you look at Tatum, obviously, and you look at but he went to the Philadelphia 76ers. He had the weird wrist shoulder injury.
Fultz.
Markelle Fultz. Thank you very much. Yeah, It's always so hard to predict with these. Markelle Fultz is one of the most strange number one picks we've had in a long time, just his whole story. But currently, the way it's sit, we're going international. Number one pick, Atlanta Hawks. They take Zachary Richard out of France. Number two pick, Washington Wizards. They also go to France. They pick up their guy, Alex Sarr. So we got two France players for the number one and number two overall picks in the NBA. Does this continue to illustrate that America's losing an edge in basketball? The two picks right there are France.
No. Again, you're trying everybody. It's a copy and paste league. Yeah. They're looking for that, 6'6", 6'7" to 7, 6'11" shooter that can, dribble, handle, and everything like that. Is just an advantage. It's a flashy league. They want scoring and everything like that. So I think that's what it is. I think people will be on display with, the Olympics coming up and everything like that. It's just a different type of style of ball, but I'm not worried for, the Americans. At the end of the day, they still got to come over here. Just because you get drafted don't mean you're going to be good. So you can get, a second rounder, or, somebody goes undrafted and take your spot in 2-3 years. And next thing you know, you get labeled a bust because you didn't translate, over well and everything like that. So not every European guy is going to be Wemby. Not every guy is going to be Luka. Not every guy is going to be, Joker and whatnot, or Giannis, and it took Giannis a minute and Joker a minute to turn into what they are, be, significantly, a face of a franchise or something like that. Like, those aren't just people you can spot and each and every year, and grab those type of caliber players comes out every now and then. So I'm not worried at all.
Well, I'm going to keep asking you this question as we go through the draft, because we might get most of these guys out of the top 10. I think most of them will be American, but it's always interesting. I think we'll have another Nikola out of Serbia coming out here in this top 10 prospects. So it's interesting. Maybe some more Serbian talent out of France. And then maybe when we get to 7 out of the last 10 MVPs have been foreign, we can keep having this conversation, because it definitely feels like there's some real talent that's coming out of the woodwork. Maybe we're just opening up our eyes to it. Scouts are looking at those places more seriously. Or you can argue the AAU, how we set it up here, but it definitely feels like there's more and more talent coming outside of the U.S. in terms of basketball, and maybe scouts are just better tapping into it. But we'll keep you updated on the NBA draft. With that being said, though, we will go to break a little bit early here, wait for some of these more picks to drop in. But on the other side, I want to talk about the Pac-12 teams joining the Big Ten, best and worst case scenarios for that team. We've kind of gone through some of their schedules, know which teams have a tougher slate. So going forward here, we'll kind of look at the best case and worst case scenarios for these teams. So don't go anywhere. Don't punt hour. We got the morning Pierson-El, the host as always. Harrison Arns on the 1040 studio running the board. We'll talk to you in just a little bit.
Soulful Casino in Havelock is a family-owned business providing incredible food and service that'll have you craving more with every bite. Soulful Casino offers everything from pulled pork to fried chicken, catfish, ribs, and even quesadillas. You want sides? They've got them. From fries, green beans and baked beans to collard greens, potato salad, and sweet dill corn. Stop by for lunch as they have specials Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2 p.m. That's Soulful Casino, located in Havelock, where every bite you take fills the soul.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Pierre's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Pierre's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Cheetos on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Husker fan, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see decreasing cloud cover throughout the day with an afternoon high around 88. Tonight, a chance of showers and storms late, otherwise mostly cleared with the low around 66. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance of showers and storms throughout the day, the high around 83. Meteorologist Kyle Clicker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Play ball! Looking for the ultimate change-up from the typical family night? How about a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers? Then unleash the fun at Haymarket Park with an action-packed, thrilling season of Salt Dogs baseball. Choose from 50 home games now through August with daily and weekly specials your whole pack can enjoy, including group discounts. Don't miss out on the magic and the excitement. Strike three, you're out! Visit saltdogs.com to reserve your tickets today. Unleash the fun.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back into the Don't Punt Hour. Once again, we got DeMornay Pierson-El, the host as always, streaming in. If you guys want to join in, since we don't got Royals on the FM airwaves, different for a change, 402-464-5685. You guys can join us or through the streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Allo Channel 961. Great ways to put a face to the voice. Before we get to the Pac-12 teams joining the Big Ten in the best case, worst case scenario, we do have hot ones coming in about 2 hours with Brett Baker once again. DeMornay Pierson-El, how are you when it comes to hot food?
I like hot food. That's I'm cool with it, but I'm not just gonna do stuff just to do it.
Like 2 million Scovilles, you still like hot food?
No.
All right.
Like I'm not. I like my taste buds. I'm good.
Well, be sure to tune in then, because you can definitely watch some people. We'll have Brett Baker, like I said, from 9 to 10 o'clock, 9 to 11. The Malone Radio Show, they're going to be trying to do 2 hours. We'll see how fast the Wings hit the gut track and if they have to get out of here in a hurry. But it's going to be a lot entertaining. Usually every time we do it, there's tears, there's some serious sweating and some pain going on. Brett Baker always does a great job. So definitely want to shout that out. It's always incredibly entertaining to watch. I will not be eating the wings. Done that twice already. It is as bad as it looks. I mean, because everyone's probably seen the Hot Ones. I used to think that was somewhat of an act. Absolutely not. No, it's real. It is real and incredibly painful. Be careful, though. I'm sure DP will try to get you in for one of these Hot Ones eventually.
No.
Not even a chance.
No.
One chip
Why?
challenge?
I might entertain that one. That one I might entertain.
That one's worse. So just so you know.
Well, one time instead of going through 10, 12 different wings, no. I maybe we'll see.
That's fair. I will say though, the wings are nice because I like hot food, and after about 6 wings, you're like, this is pretty good. It's like that 7th wing is when you want to start swearing at Baker for whatever kind of hot sauce he's putting on. Yeah, it gets brutal, but definitely tune in. I can't stress that enough. It's always a lot of fun for that. All right, let's do it. Talk about the Pac-12 teams joining the Big Ten. Best case or worst case scenario. Let's start, which I think most people are going to look at the juggernaut heading into this thing, Oregon. Best case scenario for me, make it to the college football playoffs and win a national championship because that's definitely within their reach.
The teams that they're bringing, even before that, the teams that they're bringing in to the Big Ten and everything like that they're trying to push and everything like that, maybe one of those teams might get to the Big Ten championship. Maybe. So, and some of those teams might have, multiple losses. I know that they're expanding the playoffs to 12 teams and whatnot, but because of their strength of schedule, that might hurt them. They might look at some of these SEC teams more, or maybe these ACC teams a little bit more, just of strength of schedule, just because you haven't really played, maybe some of those, you haven't gone through a gauntlet, you haven't been battle tested in the Big Ten and everything like that. So regardless of, the Oregons, the Washingtons, the SCs, they might get overlooked a little bit just because who are you going to be playing? Like your schedule will be easy. Like you're getting a softer schedule in the Big Ten. So that might be something that will come in and hurt all of those Pac-12 schools that's coming into the Big Ten.
Yeah, and the reason why I think best case scenario they can make it to the playoffs is when you do take a look at the schedule, they do have Ohio State, they do have Michigan, and then they get a Wisconsin. That might be just good enough to where it gives you some extra credit. All the other games, you should be able to win most of these. Idaho, Boise State, Oregon State, UCLA, Michigan State.
All the Pac-12 teams are still playing Pac-12 teams, like non-conference and conference games. Like they really only might get 4, maybe 5 maybe 5 Big Ten teams. The rest of them are all the teams that they've been playing over the years.
Yeah, this year they get 7 Big Ten teams. And tell me the Big Ten losses. If we're going worst case scenario, these are the Big Ten teams that, they weren't quite ready for it. Michigan State, Purdue, Ohio State, Illinois, Michigan, Maryland, Wisconsin. The original Big Ten. I think they probably drop Ohio State and Michigan. I'm going to give Michigan's a physical.
Those two for sure. But I mean, again, we've seen what Maryland was rolling last year and fell off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So who's going to be that type of team, this year and whatnot? Go look at Penn State's record. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by strength of schedule. Like, yeah, you might roll through, the Big Ten, but half of your teams that you playing aren't Penn State. You didn't see Rutgers was playing real good last year. They're playing everybody, real rough. And I'm not saying that they're a juggernaut of the Big Ten or whatnot and everything like that, but you're not playing all of these other major teams or whatnot. So that might hurt you to where instead of you getting a 5, 6, 7 spot, you might be getting one of the last 2 spots. They might look at an SEC team who played Georgia, who played Florida, who played LSU, who played Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Kentucky, and they dropped 3 and won 3, and they're looking at them, a 8-3 or 8-4 team or a 7-5 team. Like, well, look who they had to play. They had to play Auburn. They had to play Alabama. I think their schedule is a lot harder than what They were. So I think that will hurt their cases more so with getting there. There can only be one Big Ten champ, and maybe one of these other it's a coin flip for maybe two universities that are coming in. And I would say Oregon and USC that might be one of the other teams to get to the Big Ten championship. It just depends on how things work out. I haven't really looked at, what side, left or right, or, I don't know how will it be
anymore. That's gone. Too.
So okay, so the top two. So what happens if Michigan and Ohio State play that last week, and they're both the number 1 and 2 teams, and they have to play each other in the Big Ten championship again? What happens with that? So regardless of, I don't think it'll favor out in the way that they think it might, because you're still gonna have to go through Ohio State, you're still gonna have to go through Michigan, you're still gonna have to go through Penn State. And that's just what it is. Like for the past 5-6 years, those have been the top 3 teams in the Big Ten. You can throw in Wisconsin, a top 4 team or whatever, but literally, it's been one of those top 3 teams.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, the Big Ten's different in the fact that, maybe it's not as loaded as the SEC, but certainly solid top to bottom, much more than the Pac-12 ever was.
Yeah.
You can't show up. I mean, we've seen that, unfortunately, with Nebraska, how quick you can fall if you don't have your A game. It does not take long. I mean, just look at the Big Ten and how many great coaches are in the conference right now. It does not take long. If you make a few missteps, teams will catch up to you. And again, this is going to be interesting with these Oregon in particular, because again, like you said, a weaker schedule, they can't afford to drop, say they lose to Ohio State and Michigan, they can't afford another drop all year long if they want to have some serious aspirations, because like you're saying with those playoffs, they are probably going to look at those SEC teams with a little more respect. And again, if you have a weird loss to a Michigan State or a Purdue or
Illinois or Nebraska, it might be. They might. Well, we really don't know. So it's like I'm thinking if you have a 3-loss team, that those positions are going to be 9 through 12.
Yeah,
maybe you might have. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Maybe it might be that, because you still have some of these. Again, so all conference champions should get a spot, right or wrong.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that Conference USA division and everything like that, but I mean, you still got the Big 12, you got the ACC, you got SEC, Big 10. So, I mean, that's 4 right then and there. Just about everybody's number 2 team is going to be in, because probably they got maybe 1 to 2 losses. Mm-hmm. So that's another 8 spots right there, just with 4 other leagues. That's 8 spots right there.
Maybe this maybe Boise State makes some noise this year.
So I mean, you might have a UCF Cinderella story come up, and you got to throw them in there because they undefeated. So if you are a 3-loss team, you're looking honestly the last ending of the playoffs. So with the new teams coming in and whatnot, I don't think it's going to be an easy necessarily adjustment for them. The Pac-12 teams have shown to jump off early on the Big Ten teams, but the Big Ten teams make it a football game. Can they last that? Can they last is the first thing. 2, like, can you last the whole season with that type of style of playing? How many times you gonna get punched in the mouth before you slow down? You got weather changes. You got all them West Coast kids that's not used to playing in this Midwest cold. You're not going to be able to air it out. Yeah, Lincoln Riley, your system not going to be working come October come November in Michigan and Penn State and Ohio. It ain't the air raid ain't going to be happening. You got to run the ball. Those offenses aren't really built for that. So we'll see what things go. They gave a lot of the Pac-12 teams an easier schedule, but again, if you get caught slacking, if you get caught, injuries may happen or whatnot and everything like that, and you get a 3-loss season, the playoffs might not even be it for you.
That's my worst case scenario. I think three losses, you're out. That's worst case scenario for Oregon, because I think 3 losses, they're probably, like you said, just because of the way the schedule's laid out, there's not a lot of really great wins on there outside of Michigan and Ohio State. You lose the third one, assuming you drop Michigan, Ohio State, there's not really great wins on there that's going to say you do belong in the playoffs. Worst case scenario, the Big Ten is more of a jump than they realize, and maybe they even get caught by an Illinois, a Purdue, Michigan State. That's
Wisconsin, us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's not going to be easy. Like on paper, like yeah, you say that, but again, like I said, injuries happen. You got to look at climate. What they won't be used to be playing in the Midwest. You know, look at those late games where they got to come across, country and play a physical game. You got to play Iowa in Iowa. Ooh, you got to play at Wisconsin at night, or an evening game to where it's cold. They're not going to be used to that.
Yeah, it's the wind too. You're definitely right. That's one thing about the Pac-12. It's like how this air raid thing definitely changes when you get, especially we see it at Memorial Stadium all the time. When those winds start swirling, I mean, I've seen, field goals just go completely sideways, not due to the kicker's fault, but you get a 40, 50 mile an hour gust of wind ripping through the air. That ball's not going to be where you want it to be. So definitely switches up the play calling. It's going to be interesting. Next team, Pac-12, UCLA. Best case scenario, bowl game. I think that's honestly best case scenario.
Agreed.
Worst case scenario, you win 2 games. I think there's a reality that where UCLA leaves the season with just 2 games under their belt that they've won. But I think honestly, if UCLA and you get to the bowl game, you feel pretty damn good about yourself.
For first year head coach, Chip Kelly left and everything like that. New conference, and you win 6+ to get you to a bowl game. Good for you.
And I think we've gone through this, but just for a reminder of everybody, and let's look at the gauntlet of UCLA. This is why 6 wins. Well done. You deserve it. Hawaii, Indiana, then you get LSU, then you get Oregon, then you get Penn State, then you get Minnesota. Minnesota, not a team that's probably going to clash well with your style. Rutgers, Nebraska, Iowa, Washington, USC, and then Fresno State. You get 6 wins. Well done. That is a brutal schedule.
That's a now. If they go out and win 8-3 or something like that, let's just say, now they might look at them and be like, you know what, like, yeah, y'all went through Penn State, y'all went through Michigan, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all were battle tested. We respect y'all resume. Y'all showed us in the first year program. Like, yes, that's a lot of tangibles to put you over. So, but yeah, definitely if they get 6 wins and go to a bowl game, good for them.
Yeah, because I think we're talking about the Pac-12. Most of them got easy schedules. UCLA was unfortunately the one Pac-12 team that they said, sorry, you do not get the easy schedule. We can't make it look like it's fixed. But yeah, it's just the gauntlet. So 6 wins, that's a huge success for all the reasons you just said. You got a new program trying to develop the culture there. Tough schedule. 2 wins, worst case scenario. I think they'll probably get 2, but there's a reality where they really do just leave the season with 2-3 wins under their belt because the schedule is just that tough. USC, next one before we go to break here. This one's interesting. USC is the hardest team for me to put a pin in. Like, what would I'll let you start with it. What's the best case scenario for USC heading into the Big Ten after what was somewhat of a disappointing season last season because the defense was so atrocious?
The best case scenario would be they would be one of the top 4 teams in the Big Ten. I don't got them beating Penn State. I don't got them beating Ohio State. I don't got them beating Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Like the type of, like, Penn State can battle against anybody in the SEC and hold their own. Michigan, we've seen them regardless. I know that they lost, a lot of teams and everything like that, but they still have 4 and 5 stars that are still there. The coach that was coaching when Harbaugh was gone was still there. So he was still bringing kids there. People believe in him. They're still going to be good. Like, you might see them downfall, in the next 2 years, but I still got them 9-10 wins. You're not going to beat them. And Ohio State, yeah, good luck. Your defense can't keep up with them. So your offense might. The difference is their defense can probably stop your offense.
Yep.
So at best, what's good for them maybe the 4th team in the Big Ten, maybe.
You feel pretty good about that. If you can get 4th team, they're another team schedule-wise. They're going to have the chance to really make good opening statement And the trick of them is, can you carry it through the rest of the year? Can you not have any slumps? Because early on, they do get LSU, they get a Michigan and a Wisconsin. And then in October, they get a Penn State. The rest of those games, though, seem like winnable outside of Nebraska. They got Nebraska late in the season. I like our odds for USC. And then Notre Dame as well. So they have a good resume builder. But again, we keep talking about this. What's it going to look like when you clash those conferences play styles together? Are they going to be able to be that effective going from LSU to Utah State, then to Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, 3 bruisers, Penn State on top of that, and then you go to Maryland, Rutgers. USC, I think, worst case scenario, you're maybe 6 games. I still have a hard time believing this team doesn't go bowling. There is a world, so maybe that's my worst case scenario, is that for whatever reason, the defense just is not good enough to hold up against a lot of these Big Ten teams, and they catch you late in the fourth quarter by simply holding onto the ball and running it and keeping the ball out of your hands. Worst case scenario, there is potential for USC not to go bowling, but I think that's probably the most far-fetched one I got for all the worst case scenarios. With that being said, we'll throw it to break. We'll sneak in Washington, and then to wrap it up, we'll talk about the team that we think is by far going to struggle the most when they make this transfer over to the Big Ten in this upcoming college football season. So don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling. Don't Punt Hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, the host as always. Talk to you in just a little bit.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers. Strike 3, you're out! Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Tito's on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
You know that dollar bill you've got stuffed in your wallet, purse, or pocket? Give it a little respect, because it could win you millions. Lotto America from the Nebraska Lottery is here, and it only costs $1 to play. It has a $2 million starting jackpot with drawings every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. What's more, you can add the All-Star bonus for an additional $1 to multiply any prize won. So unwrinkle that dollar bill in your glove box and play today. Lotto America top prize odds 1 in 26 million.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Demorne Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in Don't Punt Hour with the host, as always, Demorne Pierson-El, the former Husker, joining us as the host. As we wrap things up here, quick update on the NBA draft. As we left off with number 2, picks 1 and 2 were both from France. Number 3, you get Reed Shippard out of Kentucky. Number 4 to the Spurs, Stephon Castle at UConn. 5, Ron Holland, G League Ignite to the Detroit Pistons. And number 6, back to France. Don't want to butcher his last name. I believe it's pronounced Saloon, out of France, headed to the Charlotte Hornets. So crazy. Top 6, 3 dudes in the top 6 of the NBA draft so far, all out of France. Not sure what was going on over there, but they must have a really great class coming out of that country for this year in particular. So like I said, you got 3 out of the top 6, all from France. All right, wrap it up here with the Pac-12, though. We're talking about Washington. We're going to sneak them in here real quick. To keep it short, I think best case scenario, it's tough. They do have some promising players, but you're also in the middle of what could be a scrape and a rebuild while transitioning to the Big Ten. Top quarter of the Big Ten, that's a win. They have such a wide margin, though. I think missing a bowl game is probably worst case scenario. Just the transition to the Big Ten already feels like the roster's in a little bit of a rebuild mode right now, too. It could go very badly quickly.
Just the roster, the whole athletic department, the whole football department as a whole. Worst case scenario, yes, missing out and not going bowling at all. Best case scenario, just squeaking in and winning and going to a bowl game.
Yeah, I think that's a good win. I mean, just because I hate using Nebraska as the example many times, but these rebuilds can go one of 2 ways. You just want to make sure it goes the right way, not the wrong way. Because when it goes the wrong way, that rebuild just gets harder and harder every time you try to re-scrape and start over. It just becomes a bigger mountain. And unfortunately, that's the position Nebraska's found themselves in. Feels like we have some stability here, but Washington feels like they're kind of on that plane where it can go well, or you have to keep starting over, scraping, and trying to put this thing back together. All right, so out of all those teams, which Pac-12 team is going to come in here looking the most helpless, looking like they got a lot of things to transition? if they're going to get through consistent Big Ten scheduling?
I would say it's between Washington and UCLA. Just what Washington is going through, new coaches, new AD, new players. You lost a lot on offense. You lost a lot on defense. And then on top of that, you get brought into the Big Ten. That might hurt. I don't really know what all they have left that is still in the building. So, I mean, they could be just fine and handle things situated. And they could, again, make the transition easy, but they also could get spanked. UCLA, we really don't know. I mean, you had Chip Kelly there, and Chip Kelly really didn't go off. Like, you really didn't hear anything about UCLA, and you are Chip Kelly that ran that Oregon offense in LA, and people don't want to, come there, and you really didn't, take off. So really don't know kind of what they have there. So I think it'll be between one of those two teams for which team will struggle.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I definitely don't think it's Oregon or USC. Now, you could make the argument that if you do have a disastrous season from Oregon, it's so unexpected that you could call that disastrous. But I think UCLA,
Oregon will only go as far as their quarterback goes.
Yeah,
if you got a hungry quarterback that will step up and look better than what he did at Oklahoma, like you can be tough. But if you got a guy that comes in there that's just worried about making more money before he goes on in real life and whatnot, is not concerned about things, then you might not look as good as you might have thought.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right, though. Obviously, you get Dylan Gabriel in there. The wide receiver core is still pretty strong. I'd be just surprised if it fell apart. But yeah, with UCLA, the only thing I'll give them is the expectations are low. So maybe you have like that Northwestern vibe of last season, chip on the shoulder, expectations are low. So again, 6 wins, if that's like the peak where you're on the way up, maybe not. You could maybe slide with Washington. If Washington has a tougher season, it's tough. I just think between Washington having to transition everything and UCLA having low expectations, those two teams stick out. But if I'm going to pick the lowest win total, give me UCLA. But we'll have to wait and see as we're getting closer to the college football season, NFL season. But don't go anywhere because we'll hear from the UFL MVP, the UFL Championship MVP. Adrian Martinez will be joining us next with What's Brewing Chance of Brewington. So it'll be great to hear from him again, the former Husker, former Wildcat. So don't go anywhere. We will keep it rolling here on Take a Weeknights. We'll talk to you guys in just a little bit.